I'd like to welcome in Jay Flynt, co-founder and director of operations at Game On. Jay, thanks for the time.
Yeah, great to talk to you guys today, Corey.
We're putting a focus, obviously, on Game On, and Jay, since 2013, the organization has been a springboard for players, talent out of South Georgia, dozens of players going on to Division I schools as well as other college destinations. What went into creating this stage for players from that part of Georgia to be helped in both their development and being showcased as players?
I think it's just the overall combination of staff and facilities, but most of all, just our people. I think behind the scenes, especially trying to get kids from A to B, from high school to junior college or D1 or D2 or NAI or just all the colleges in college baseball, it takes a team effort. We do a good job of recruiting all over the state. We've kind of branched out into some different states, but really with the state of Georgia, with our good relationship with PBR. In LakePoint, we do a lot of things with you guys. And so there's a great partnership there. And so it's just a combination of us and working with Phil and Kyle and you guys and just trying to do our best to try to get kids to where they need to be. I think that's the big key, is getting kids where they need to be, not where they want to be.
6 different facilities make up Game On training, and then you have the Game On travel program. Tell me kind of how they work together in both identifying and then collecting talent that we see on display at LakePoint Sports.
Yeah, I think the biggest thing you see is the ability to train, the ability to get kids in on a weekly basis. We work hand in hand with high school coaches. We try to leave it to the high schools to do what they need to do throughout their seasons. And we have a really good relationship with a lot of high schools. And so we make sure that we're doing a good job of doing what we need to do up front. But then during the high school and junior high seasons, we let them go on. But then we also have options for them to train. And I think that's the key with facilities, is letting our facilities in multiple different facets of the state use as training sessions and training different players and more, whether it's camps, clinics, lessons, but training, group sessions, individual. That's why our facilities are where they are and why they're located in specific and strategic locations.
So you think about that kind of relationship then with the on-field work and the training facility work. Kind of how do you guys find that balance in terms of being able to help a player, get to the point where they see progress on the field, but they're making sure that they get the work that they need to get done when you guys have them within training?
Yeah, that's a good question. I think a lot of times players are kind of creatures of habit. We all are kind of creatures of habit. So they find what works for them. And then we use our trainers to tweak that. And like I said, the facilities are key instrumental parts of that. And so we look at strength conditioning. We've got a couple of guys doing strength conditioning out of our facility here in Albany. And then we have one in Byron. And so we use strength conditioning components. We use metrics, the new world of analytics, getting into pitchers and spin rate and velocity. And so we try to incorporate all different measurements that we can use on the training side. And then we give those to our travel guys and they work hand in hand. But, for our guys, just where they need work and where they need training and where they need to strengthen their weaknesses is a crucial element there as far as how we use facilities and the travel and the training and the combo between the two.
I mentioned a number of players that have gone on to Division I programs. That includes a current player in Metters, Rustin Rigdon, in 2024, who just last month committed to Vanderbilt. What does a player like that do for a program, both in terms of, proof of performance and helping players get to their goals, but also for those younger guys who can look at a Rustin and say, okay, that's where I want to be?
Yeah, Rustin's special. I mean, you always have guys in your program that are special, and we're happy for him and his family. But he's one of many guys that we feel like can play at that next level, not just, Vanderbilt. Vanderbilt's just, that's the perennial. I mean, you got the SEC. If you look at the 2022 recruiting, the SEC West and the ACC and Vanderbilt make up that 2022 class. And so it's just a dog-eat-dog world. But Rustin is a crucial element for us because at a young age, we saw a lot of potential. He believed in us. We believed in him. And I think he's just kind of the pioneer for many more to come in that 24 class. And even we have some 23s that are strong, but we're looking at that 24, 25. I mean, it's just crazy. Every time you click on recruiting, it just kind of gets younger and younger. But, I've talked to many coaches in the last couple months, and they're all just kind of vying for those spots and those kids that are really good. And there are a lot of really good kids at the younger ages. And so as a young player, they see a kid that, can go from a small town like Metter in our state and go to a high profile program. And I think that gets excitement, and they see that Game On was a part of that. And that's just a blessing for us because Rustin's talent got him there. We just try to be the funnel and the avenue to make some calls and to basically get him into position. But his talent just, is by far in that echelon. And so we're hoping that many more that we train and develop here with Game On are going to be in that same boat.
When you first sat down with a player and the parents, what is the message? What are the expectations that you guys lay out for somebody who's a part of your program?
I think the biggest thing is our value system. We're faith, family, academics. We can't compete with some schools, or not some schools, but some travel programs that have, a lot more resources. We developed early, and we got into the central part of Georgia. Cliff Broxton, Lester Millers of the world really set the foundation with what we are and who we are. And so now we're slowly branching out, but we want to make sure we do it right. We got small rosters. We want to value pitching. We want to value arm care. We want to value doing it right. And so we're a small roster group, but we can compete and we have good talent. And when kids hear that and they see that and they understand this is what we do, this is what we don't do, and just because you're right for us doesn't mean we're right for you, and vice versa. I think that's a crucial element missing in travel ball today. I think that Game On does a good job of combining the two to make sure we're not selling something we can't provide. And I think that's what we're very aware of, is that we don't want to sell something we can't provide, and we tell you up front who we are. And if that's not for you, we understand, but that's kind of who we are. And that's kind of the motto, we stick to it. And so throughout the process of recruiting and strategizing, we kind of share with our guys, hey, this is what we do and this is who we are, and we're going to run that race. But we can compete, and we do have talent. We're not going to be lesser, but we just do it a different way.
Well, Jay, I appreciate the time. Wishing you and the entire Game On family all the best going forward.
Yeah, God bless. Thank you for taking time to visit with us, and look forward to talking with you guys down the road.